Elimination using addition and subtraction by Justin D'Souza. The learning objectives of this lesson are to solve systems of equations by eliminating a variable using addition and to do the same thing using subtraction. We will look at both the type of problems in this lesson, and the key word is elimination. Solving systems of equation by elimination with addition. This is what we'll look into first. Now, if I read it out, it's not going to make much sense. Let's just jump into a problem and then I will tell you each step. You can follow your own steps as long as you get the correct answer. It's more than enough. We look at the first problem. Use elimination to solve the system of equation. Look at the given equations. 3x plus 5y equals 11 and 5x minus 5y equals 5. You can see over here there is a common term 5y, and the signs are different. Basically, in this elimination by addition, what we do is we look into the terms which we can easily solve. Now, these both are in standard form. You can see this 5 and 5. If I add them up together, it's going to be 0 because plus 5y minus 5y is 0, right? So basically, if I add these equations, I'm gonna eliminate this term altogether, that y terms altogether. Then I'm remaining only with x terms, x as the variable, and numbers. Then I can solve for x. So what we do over here is this equation, just add them up. This is solving by addition. So 3x plus 5x, you have to add throughout because you need to solve for the system of equation. Now, if you're thinking, how can we solve this? Why do we solve this? How does it make sense? Now, the thing is, we need to solve in the sense, these both equations, right? If we had graphed it, we are going to find the meeting point, the point where they cross each other, right? At that particular point, these both are equal. So we can equate them or we can do any of these operations, basically. So we add them. 3x plus 5x is 8x. And over here, plus 5 minus 5 becomes 0. So I'll just write 0 here, 0y or 0. Or you can even leave that blank, it's fine. And 11 plus 5 is 16. Now, I have got 8x equals 16 remaining. So take the 8 to the other side or divide both the sides by 8. You're going to get x is equal to 2. And this is the answer for 2x. Now substitute in any equation. It's up to you. You can equate in the first or the second one. It's fine. But we need to find y, right? So I will not use this because y is negative. So that means I have to take it to the other side. I'll use the first one. 3x plus 5y equals 11. Now I'll substitute x. It'll be 3 times 2 plus 5y equals 11. 3 times 2 is 6 plus 5y equals 11. And we can take the 6 to the other side. It'll be 5y equals 11 minus 6. Now 5y will be equal to 5 or y equals 1. So this is the thing. Now, if you have to do this in writing, you can do this substitution and then you can put it in calculator. You'll directly get this answer. Similarly, you can do the same thing over here. Put this in the calculator and get the answer. Now, I will show you how to solve this directly in calculator. We have done this in the previous videos as well. Now, we need our calculators for this. You need to press mod phi, and this is in the form of first one. It's not quadratic, not cubic, and there is no z term, so it's the first one, option 1. Now here, this is in standard form. If you go to mod phi, the first option is ax, that is number x, plus by, and cn, that is constant term. So when we selected the first a means whatever is before x. So 3, 5, and equal to the number, it's already in the right hand side. This is the standard form. Directly substitute the values. Same thing over here, 5 minus 5, and lastly we have 5 again. And the answers for x, and the answers for x is 2 and y is 1. This is the calculator method. But throughout the lesson, I will do it directly. I'll do this, by solving it, whether it's addition or subtraction. You can check it by calculator since you're allowed to use the scientific calculators. Now we will go to the next problem. The solution, by the way, at the end, generally, if it's in writing, you need to write this. The solution is 2 comma 1. Always remember, when you write the solution, the first one is x, the second one is y. Okay. Now we will try this by ourselves. Please pause the video, try it, and then continue watching. I hope you have at least tried a little bit. Now we can see over here 5x and minus 5x. It's very easy to solve them up. So add them up, it'll be 0 here. You're remaining with the right side, that is plus 13 minus 3 will be plus 10, y equals 50. Y equals, just divide both the sides by 10, it'll be 5. The 0, 0 cancels, it's y is equal to 5. Now substitute this 5 in any one of this equation. Now here, 13 into 5 is 65, but generally if you are solving it, this would be a better equation. I mean, if you know the 13 tables, then it's fine, but otherwise the second equation would be easier. See, because the numbers are smaller to substitute, though it's negative, the numbers are smaller to substitute, isn't it? So what I'll do, I'll substitute this y value, that'll be minus 5x minus 3 into 5 equals 30. Now here I need to find x, so this is negative. I'll take this to the other side and bring this to the other side. So it'll be negative 30 minus 3 times 5 will be minus 15 equals 5x. This is positive now. And over here, if you solve it up, it'll become minus 45 is equal to 5x. Now divide both the sides by 5, you will get minus 9 equals x. So this is the answer. Y value is, first we found out y value of 5, x value is 9. But if you're writing in terms of solution, always remember it's x comma y, that means it'll be minus 9 comma 5. This must be your solutions. So here is the answers, minus 9 comma 5. We have real world problem. Let's look into this now. 7 times a number minus 4 times another number is 13. Now before continuing reading, let me just write it out. 7 times a number, you can take anything a, b, c, but I'll just take it as x. 7 times a number, this is x, minus 4 times another number. Don't take x now, this is another number, so it is y is 13. This is how we write the first equation. 7x minus 4y equals 13. Now what about the next? Negative 7 times a number, that is x, plus 7 times another number, that is y, is 14. So just equate the next equation. It's minus 7x plus 7y equals 14. Solve this. Same thing what we have just now did. Add this up because the left side just cancels off. Okay, that's gone. It's 0. Now here it'll be 7 minus 4. That'll be 3y, positive 3y equals 14 minus 13 will be 26 plus 1. That's 27. Then what we do is divide both the sides by 3. So it is 9 because 27 divided by 3 is 9. Now this is the answer for y. Now what about the x value? Substitute in any of the equation. Now I would substitute in this because the y value over here is smaller, isn't it? Because it's bigger, you need to have, as long as you know the tables well, and if you're using calculators, there's no problem in this. But I just prefer to use smaller numbers because it's simple to solve. I'll use the first equation, 7x minus 4y equals 13. Substitute everything back over here now. 4 into 9 equals 13. And here it will be 7x. I'll take this, I'll just solve it first. 9 4 times is 36 equals 13. Now when 36 to the other side, it becomes positive. So it'll be plus 36. 7x is equal to 36, 46, 49. And now divide both the sides by 7. It will be 7. It'll be 49. 7 squared is 49. So it's just divided also will be 7. So these are the answers. The solution is 7 and 9. It's important to get these equations first and then solve it up. So you can see these are the two equations. 7x minus 4y equals 13. minus 7x plus 7y equals 14. And then we got y as 9 and the x value to be 7. That's it. Now over here, again a similar problem. Please do try it by yourselves and then check the video. Here we have 2 times a number minus 6 times another number is negative 6. So let's write it out in the question itself. 2 times a number, let's take it as x, minus 6 times another number is negative 6. Negative 2 times a number, it must be the same variable, plus 5 times another number, both must be same over here y. That means here also it's y. Is 18. So now we will write the equation over here. Both the equations, that's 2x minus 6y equals negative 6. And here we have minus 2x plus 5y equals 18. So now we solve them up. When you add them up, the left side cancels off. Here you're just remaining with negative y, because minus 6 plus 5 is minus 1. It's minus 1y, or you can just not write it. It's fine. It's the same thing. And over here, minus 6 plus 18 is plus 12. Now this negative sign goes to the other side. Y is negative 12. That's the answer. Now what about I'm just looking at the question. You need to write the system of equation. This is the first answer, okay? This one over here. And then you need to solve it up. Now we are just solving it. This is the first answer. And then what about x value? Substitute back in this equation. Now 5 is smaller than 6, so I just substitute in this. Minus 2x plus 5 times y, it's minus 12, equals 18. And now over here, minus 2x minus, because minus 12 times 5 is minus 60 equals 18. Now take this minus 60 to the other side. It's going to be 60 plus 18. That's going to be 78. That is minus 2y. And divide both the sides by minus 2. So x is going to, see, it's minus 2 divided by minus 2. This minus and minus cancels. The sign also changes here. Here there will be negative sign. It's going to be 40 minus 1, 39. So these are the answers. X is negative 39, y is minus 12. So that's how we solve this problem. Now we move on to subtraction. Equations, solving system of equations by elimination with subtraction method. Just now we were adding equations, right? The same thing. Here we need to subtract them. So look at over here. These two equations seem like what we have done just a while ago, but if you start adding it, let me just show you by adding. What's going to happen? 3 plus 5 is 8x plus 6 plus 6 is 12y equals 36. Can you solve it? It's not possible. It's not helping us anyway, right? So basically what we do is we subtract. Now to understand this, there are two methods. First, I'll write this first equation as it is. 3y, 6y equals 30. The next equation, when you're writing, either you can multiply by minus 1 throughout and write. You can do any transformation to any equation. It's fine because they are always equivalent as long as you do the transformation throughout. What do I mean throughout? Now, say you're multiplying 2 here, 2 to this equation. You want to make this 10. It's fine. You can make it 10x, but make sure you multiply throughout. This will become 12y equals 12. Now same way, I want to solve it by subtraction, so let me make it minus. So how do I make, see, I need the 6y, this is plus, I need this as minus 6y. So how do I do it is, I can multiply minus throughout. So it will be minus 5x minus 6y equals minus 6. See, everything becomes negative. Now we can do adding. If you add this up, what's happened? Here this cancels off and you will have minus 2x is equal to 24, and you can solve it as x is equal to minus 12. This is the answer for x. This is converting this to opposite sign and solving. There is another method of subtraction. I'll just show you just because it's mentioned solving by subtraction, right? What it is when you're solving first equation as it is, even the second equation as it is, 5x plus 6y equals 6. Now you subtract, you do subtraction, minus. But the minus subtraction is not only at this point, everywhere throughout, it's for the entire thing. So basically you can either write a minus sign here, minus sign here, minus sign here. Sign changes. If it is minus, it becomes plus, plus becomes minus. So what happens is, you need to, even if you don't put that sign, just understand it's 3 minus 5x, so it'll be minus 2x here. 6 minus 6x, it's 0, is equal to 30 minus 6, it's going to be 24. Answer will be the same. This is just a method. This is the actual method of subtraction. You can find that in the textbook, I believe. Let's just check. That's the method. Yeah, kind of. Yeah, that's the thing. See, minus, and that's how they follow it. But personally, I would suggest do this. Sorry. What I've done at the right side. Whenever you see same numbers but same signs, just multiply one of the equation throughout minus 1. You can even multiply the above equation, it's fine, and you will just get over here directly. X positive 2x equals minus 24. I'll just show what I mean. It's up to you. You can multiply this throughout by minus 1. That time what happens? Minus 3x minus 6y equals minus 30. And here it is as it is, 5x plus 6y equals 6. Now solve it up. 5 minus 3x will be 2x. This becomes 0. It's gone. Equals minus 30. The minus plus 6 will be minus 24. Now we can do it. Divide both the sides. It'll be x is equal to minus 12. So this is plenty of ways to solve it. Okay. Now whichever you're comfortable with, just follow that. Now, how do you find the y value then? All you do is substitute this back. Any of the equation. Now, this is smaller, variables are smaller here. So, I'll do 3 into minus 12 plus 6y equals 30 minus 36 plus 6y equals 30. You can take this to the other side. It'll be 6y is equal to 66. Y equals 11. That's the answer. So you can also solve this by calculator by mod phi and 1. Now you might be thinking it's so simple. Why did I explain so many types of methods? I just wanted to tell you all the different types of method. There are plenty of ways to solve it. Whichever is easy, you solve that. Now in the next problem, I will solve the easiest one, which I personally feel. Now anyways, we're just looking at the answer here. The answer was minus 12 and we got positive 11. So minus 12 and 11, when you're writing it as a system, you can just write it as minus 12 comma 11 like this. Please do try to solve this check problem by yourselves. Here, whenever we're looking at the problem, look where the numbers, the constants are same, 3 and 3. Over here we need to solve, not at these numbers, because we can't solve them easily. So what we can do is we can multiply minus throughout any one of the equation. I'll just multiply it down below. First equation, just write as it is, equals 48. Now the below equation, when you're solving, just multiply negative sign throughout. So it'll be minus 7x minus 3y equals minus 21. Now add them up. So adding is very simple. Minus 2 minus 7 will be minus 9x. Here it's gone. It's 0 equals 48 minus 21 would be 27. Now divide both the sides by minus 9. It will be x is equal to minus 3. This is the answer for x. But we need to find y. So I will use the first equation because it's simpler. The variables are simpler. Whichever is fine. Even this one, 7 3s are 21. It's a simple, calculation. You can use this as well. It's up to you. Now here we have minus 2x. Sorry, 2x is already known, so I will just substitute. Minus 2 minus times minus 3 plus 3y equals 48. Now minus times minus will be plus, so it will be 2 times 3 is 6 plus 3y equals 48. Take this to the other side. It will be 48 minus 6. That is, I'll write it out, 48 minus 6, and now we can solve it as 42. So divide both the sides by 3 and you will be able to get 14. Y is equal to 14 is the answer. So when we write in terms of the solution is as a solution set, it will be minus 3 comma 14 because x is written first and then the y values. So it's minus 3 comma 14. We have real world problem here. Let's look into the problem. May and Kara build computers from parts and sell them to make a profit. May can build a computer in 0.9 hours and Kara can build one in 1.2 hours. Okay, during a typical week, May and Kara spend total of 15 hours. So, okay, before I continue further, I can see there is an equation here. What they are saying is they both are building computers, and the rate at which, you know, May can build a computer is basically 0.9 hour. So if I consider the two girls, May and Kara, and let me take May as X and Kara as Y. So what I can do is this variable is 0.9 hours X, May's time, plus Kara is 1.2. It's 1.2 Y. That is equal to what? During a typical May and spend how many hours in total is equal to 15 hours they are spending. So with these much, total 15 hours. Building computers. 1 week, May builds twice as many computers and the two spends a total of 24 hours. Look over here. In 1 week, this is an exception. May is building twice as many. In the sense, 2 times 0.9x, right? 2 times 0.9x plus Kara has the same speed. They have not told anything about us. So this is the same thing. During a typical week, she just builds at 1.2 into y. And the total hours spent over here is 24 hours. So these are the two equations which we get. Now, how many computers do May and Kara each make during a typical week? So we need to just solve them up. So we have first, you need to multiply minus throughout one equation, and this needs to be solved. So I'll leave the first equation as it is. 0.9x plus 1.2y equals 15. Now in the below equation, 2 times 0.9 is 1.8x, but here multiply throughout by minus 1 as well. So it'd be minus 1.8x minus again minus 1.2y equals minus 24. Now solve it up. Here you will have negative 0.9x, and over here this cancels off, is equal to minus is bigger, so minus over here. Bigger number is having minus sign, so it will be minus, and when you subtract it, it will be 9. So x is equal to this negative can cancel off, because when you take negative both the sides, -1, divide by both sides by -1, it will be positive. So x is equal to 9 by 0.9. So all you need to do is x is equal to, just take over here 0, 9, it will be 10 times. Or you can know it's 9 by 0.9. It's 10 by 1, isn't it? So it is 10 basically. Or otherwise, multiply both the sides by 10, it will be 90, and this comes over here, so this is gone, it will be 9. 90 by 9, or just use your calculator if you're getting confused over there. So answer is 10 for x. And what about y? Substitute in any one of the equation. I'll substitute in the first equation. So here we have 0.9. Instead of x, I'll put 10 plus 1.2 equals 15. I forgot to write y. And this will be 9. 0.9 times 10, the decimal goes off, so it'll be 9. I'll take the 9 to the other side, so it'll be 1.2y equals 15 minus 9. So I'll just 1.2y is equal to 15 minus 9 is basically 6, and let me take it to the other side. Y is equal to 6 divided by 1.2. So what I personally do is I just take multiply both the sides by 10. It will be 60 by 12, and y is equal to 5. This is the answer. Now if you're thinking why I wrote 60 by 12, it's very hard to do decimals, right? So what you can do is you can just remove this decimal to the other place. That means multiply this by 10, it will be 1.2 multiplied by 10 is 12. But you can't do it only one side, you should do even up above. Basically 10 by 10. This is manipulation, but it's not wrong, because 10 by 10 is 1. You can multiply anything by 1. This is the answer. So x is equal to 10 and y is 5. So this is the solution. So how much does May is X. May does 10 computers a week, whereas Kara does 5. So this is the equations which we had, and then we solve it up. We got M. Okay, they have taken M and K, right? Because May and Kara. I took X and Y. It's up to you. But I had written over here what is May, what is Kara. As long as you know what is what, that's fine. So 10, and the next one was 5. That's the answers. The solution over here is basically 10 and 5. We have reached the end of this lesson. I hope you have found it helpful. Please do consider subscribing to my channel. I would really appreciate it. If you're already subscribed, I'm thankful to you guys. Thank you so much. Please do like my videos. Also, share the videos with your friends who might find it helpful. Until the next video, take care and happy learning.